have you ever had an ex reach out?
Yeah.
Be like, oh my God, that's about me?
Yeah, fingers crossed, bro, is like blocked at this point. Like would call me, like.
Buy a ticket, send him a picture link. Hey Live Nation, we are here with Lauren Spencer-Smith. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you're from Vancouver Island?
Yeah.
Where exactly?
Nanaimo.
Okay.
I mean, I grew up in Port Alberni, but I moved to Nanaimo for like all of my high school years, so.
Okay. I feel like when you're growing up in a small town and you want to do something bigger, there's this inner voice that comes in at some point. Do you remember when that inner voice came in for you being like, I need to do something?
Honestly, I feel like I've wanted to do music my whole life.
Yeah.
Like even when I was like 4 years old, I would just tell everyone. Like there's nothing I've ever even thought for 2 seconds about doing other than music.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's been clear.
Yeah.
Is there a celebrity interaction you've had either on social media or in person that has just been your biggest, oh my God, moment?
Ooh. I'm a really big fan of JP Saxe, and I met him at the Junos last year and I was crying. Like my boyfriend and my team had to push me over to see him, and I just thought to myself, I can't do this. Like, oh my goodness. But I feel weird saying that because I feel like now we're kind of friends. It's so weird. Yeah, I have to remind myself every day when I'm listening to the music, like, oh, you know him actually. Like you have his phone number. You could just, send him a hey.
Yeah. Let's talk about your debut album.
Yeah.
This is a big one, Mirror. What are you most proud of with this project?
Ooh, that's a great question. Honestly, just finishing it at this point. Like I feel like we handed the album in like after I even announced it, like it wasn't ready, and there was definitely moments where I had thought to myself that the album was not gonna get finished in something that I would be happy with, and I was just gonna have to like hand in a mix that I didn't like. So I'm most proud that we actually just got to the finish line.
Listening to this album, it is vulnerable. It is like serious, it's like mature songs, major sad girl vibes. Like I was getting in my feels listening to it. Songs like Narcissist and that you have on that album.
Yeah.
What's the toughest lesson that you've learned about love and relationships?
Ooh, maybe just how to set boundaries with people through writing so many songs and going through breakups and like realizing how I deserve to be treated. I've like learned to be able to set boundaries with people and how I feel like I deserve to be like respected and treated by people.
The songs are so mature, and I honestly was very shocked when I figured out you're 19 years old. Because at 19 years old,
baby.
I didn't know what a narcissist even was. Tell me a little bit about how you chose to end this album.
Yeah, for a while we didn't have an ending song, and I had just like a rough track list in my head, and then randomly for weeks I kept singing like, oh, I feel like I'm thankful to my ex, like everything's just happened for a reason, like I can't believe where I am today, like this is amazing, like even all the bad things I hated for so long, like they've all come full circle and I'm a better person because of it. And so I kept singing like I'm thankful to my ex, I'm thankful to all the bad things, and then eventually we had a session with Kian, who I wrote Flowers with, and we just started writing like a letter to like your ex or like your past self or just all the bad things. And then midway through, Gina was like, oh my goodness, we should call it Do It All Again. I was like, you would relive your entire album and do everything all over again to be where you are today. And we left being like, this ending could not be better for the album. We got exactly what we wanted out of it. Like we were so happy.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah,
Really
thank
appreciate
you.
it.